There are trillions of germs all over the body. Could it be that they started bigotry? Because we have a fear of these germs. Now let's take a look, because inside the intestine there are trillions of different bacteria that we have a need for. They are symbiotic. We have to have them to live. We are interdependent. The entire planet is a microbial planet. There are microbes, germs all over the place, everywhere in the soil. The whole world is full of these different microbiology organisms. Each country, each city, each basic area has its own microbiome. And when we meet people, 60% of the energy field around us is made by these microbiome, these little germs that help to make us, because they are part of us. We are all together. And when we meet somebody, then we are actually exchanging that energy field, not just of our human cells, but of the microbiome cells. This is what we are. We should not be so afraid. We should recognize, and we basically should understand these factors. Now, in the old days, when there were travelers coming over the hill, these travelers brought with them a new microbiome, a whole set of new germs. And of course they were afraid, because you see, most of these travelers in the old days, as they were coming over the hill, they would be bringing disease. What type of disease? Well, they brought all different types of disease. This is how the plague got started. In order for our immune system and our own microbiome to adapt, many times people can't adapt to the new exposures that would happen. And this is where we started to get our fear of the stranger, because the stranger brought in a whole new microbiome that our immune system had to adjust to. So the stranger was always feared.
Hey, the sheriff is near. What are you saying? The sheriff is near.
For the crimes of blasphemy. For these and other crimes, the prisoners shall be stoned to death.
So human beings learned bigotry as a response to the microbiome. And people of different skin color had different microbiomes. So people were suspicious of strangers, not just for their economic threat, but people would be suspicious of strangers for their microbiome threat. They carried new germs.
You, turn around.
They carried new disease. And then this became deeper and deeper part of us. The fear of the different diseases, because this was very real. Whenever a stranger would come, people would start to get sick, because certain people's immune systems could not adapt.
The outsiders is now at hand.
I fear that the presence of the outsiders will attract those of whom we do not speak.
If you talk about those of whom we do not speak, have you not spoken of that about which we do not talk?
Do not speak of that about which we talk of not speaking about.
And the microbiome is very important in our mental health. But there were other reasons to be afraid of strangers.
The idea you're laughing at him. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it. My mistake. 4 coffins.
But the gut-brain axis, this microbiome, this was very, very important. But it could have led to the basic start of bigotry. And now we need to release that. In today's age, we need to boycott bigotry, because now that we understand more about our microbiome, our immune system, good foods, good life, good living, we now can release this fear and deal with it more rationally.